Welcome back, guys, to another video for the Three Fake Gurus channel. So, of course, we have Emel right here and we have Christian. And our title today, or our topic today, is going to be 6 things that make us foreigners successful here in the US. And as you guys know, this guy right here is Lebanese, this guy right here is Bosnian, I'm Egyptian Palestinian, and we just think that being a foreigner has its own advantages, and we're gonna start with Emel.
So everyone knows the quote that good times create weak people create bad times create strong and good people. I think the fact that all of us came from tough times, I think we're developed a lot stronger than the ones that were raised in the US. So when it comes to putting the work and putting the hustle and having the mindset, we're developed different.
Yeah.
We're developed as someone that's hungry and strong, and you can't compete with someone that doesn't have that. Personally, I think that's like a big difference for me.
No, I 100% agree on that. What do you think?
When it comes down to that point, I 100% agree. And I think something that even enhances what you just said is that foreign people, especially if you're coming in your first generation or second generation, your family is very traditional and they usually put you in a box. I'm sure everyone's heard if you're foreign, you gotta be a doctor, lawyer, and engineer, right? And I feel like that box either locks you in or makes you want to go as far away from that box as possible. And that's why I believe the people that are breaking the norm, the black sheep in their family, are so savage because they have such a hunger level to not be in that box that it's going to be impossible for them to live a regular life.
True.
I honestly think it's the same thing, like maybe my point is, but in my situation, for example, I feel just because I came here older and with my parents, and it's so hard for my parents to learn the language and to actually make good income here, that makes my back to the wall. Because I have to be the breadwinner now. I don't have a family that can support me because my dad doesn't speak English, my mom doesn't speak English, my siblings doesn't speak English, and I have to figure out a way as a guy. And
You don't speak English.
When are you gonna learn English? I'm gonna ask you that.
You know what I mean? But your back is to the wall, and you will have to figure out a way because your dad, whatever he works, he's maximum gonna get $20 an hour. Again, because he doesn't have English, he doesn't have a career. He just can't, he only have a ceiling. You're the only one that can actually grow and learn a language and learn a skill because you're still young, you know? I think that's a big thing too. The other thing, honestly, I feel for us as foreigners, that we are appreciative of the little things. Because, for example,
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, I think, like, again, because, for example, when I went to Egypt this last summer, bro, the electricity gets cut out every single day at a certain time. They have a schedule to when the electricity is gonna go out.
Yeah. I grew up in Lebanon, bro. I know.
They don't have electricity at all.
So like from 6 to 7 every day, you don't have electricity, and this is normal there. You know what I mean? The clean water, it's hard to find. This and that and everything that's going in the Middle East, like it just makes me appreciate everything here that we don't even think about on a daily basis. Especially for Americans, when you talk to them about that things, they will be like, oh wow, that's so sad, but they don't actually get it. They don't actually get it, the fact that you have no AC for a whole hour, especially in the middle of the day, by the dinner time, if you have people over, or if you have any plans, there's a big game coming on, you know what I mean? They don't understand. They think it's bad, but they don't understand how bad it is.
I agree, because like even in Bosnia, like we don't usually have water problems, but like the building that we were in, it was on 6th floor and there's like water pipes. So for some reason that like pipe never worked, like the actual like pump to get it up to the 6th floor. So we never had water. Like I would wake up and I want to brush my teeth and there's no water. So it's annoying as shit. So like every morning that I take a shower here, I'm like, thank God, like our pipes work.
The pipes are working.
Yeah, right? But like to go off of that, I think something else that really makes us different is the fact that we don't want to go back to where we were. Kind of like the life that we had, personally, like not having water or whatever, or you know, coming here with like a single mom and not being able to buy what I wanted to buy. That fear of going back to that is what drives me still to this day. So I think a lot of people don't want to go back to where they were when they just came to America. And a lot of people that were raised pretty comfortable, where their moms or dads were, like had normal jobs, they're comfortable. Like why would they put in the extra work if they're chilling? They know every night they come home, they got the food ready. Even if everything goes to shit, they have some real estate from their mom or dad. Maybe they have a business. Like they're gonna get something from their parents. We're not gonna get anything.
Yeah.
And I think what the cherry on top of all of that is that as foreigners, I feel like our etiquette and our manners are also on a different level. Like I feel like, especially with like people that have any Arabic culture or like European culture, like if you're standing right in front of them and there's a door to pass through, it's always you go first. And I feel like that's so embedded deep down that when it comes down to someone becoming an adult, it's not that they assume the responsibility of becoming the breadwinner. It's that is your happiness. Like that is the way you are wired internally. It's not that you want to be the breadwinner. It's that you desire the feeling of taking care of someone else.
Yeah.
Because that is simply how you're wired. And I think like when it comes down to taking care of like family, friends, even family back home, like I feel like that gives me more joy than any car, watch,
100%.
whatever it may be. And even like appreciating the little things, it's actually funny because like it reminded me of a story that you once told me about the Gatorade, if you don't mind me sharing. So actually, you know what? You should tell this story. This is your story.
I mean, just coming from the fact that, you know, I didn't have much. So when I used to go to the convenience store, all my friends, American friends, would buy Gatorades, and I think it was like $3 or whatever at that time. But like the water was like $1. I couldn't afford a $3 Gatorade. Like it was too expensive because like I could only get the water. And I wanted to have a life where I can go to a store and buy whatever I wanted, you know? So that was like personally like the biggest driver for me, being able to buy whatever I want.
I love that, but that also brings me another story to my head. Like to finish what you were saying, there's this story. Like again, for example, for us, our families, like this is what we work hard for. We work hard for our families. We work hard to provide to our families. It's different, for example, when Americans, again, no offense to Americans, we're just saying there's a difference in culture. We do everything with family values in head, while, for example, like once they turn 18, they move out. We don't have that thing. Like when I came here and I was like, oh, what do you mean by moving out? I didn't even have the concept of moving out.
Right.
Because we live at our parents' house till we get married, and even when we get married, we move next to our parents' house to stay next to them.
That's a you problem, bro. I was trying to get out.
I know, but that's what I'm saying, because you came here young maybe. But for example, like even if we want to go far, but we can, for example, right now I live right here in the US and my dad is literally 7 seconds away from me. I have to have him right under my eyes so I can take care of him. It reminds me of that story with like The Rock and like Kevin Hart. They were in an interview, and they were asking The Rock like, what did you do this year? What did you accomplish? And he was like, I just got my mom a house. And Kevin Hart started laughing, and he was like, oh, like good for you. Like after you became a billionaire, now you're buying your mom a house. You know, like this is something that he did extra. Well, this is something that you should do with the first $200,000 you make. You know what I mean? So Kevin Hart started spoiling, like what's the word? Started roasting him. And they're like, oh, finally, after you became a billionaire, now you're buying your mom a house. You know, well, this is something embedded in us that every dollar we make. Like for example, we have that saying in Arabic that's saying "Anta wa malika li abik," which means you and your money owned by your father, which means every dollar, I always tell my dad that every dollar I make, it's his, he can spend it, and whatever is left over, I can spend. You know what I mean? That's how we think about it. You're not my daddy, bro. You're not my daddy, bro.
That's a crazy sentence. We gotta clip that out.
But anyways, I think those are the 6 things, maybe they are 7 or 8, whatever, we just spoke, but I think those are the things that make foreigners like better. Of course, those are advantages of being us. But also being an American, also being someone who lived here all their lives, also have so many advantages. Because you get to start earlier, you get to know the country, you get to have the support system by having all the people that you build connections with since you were in school. For example, I didn't have that. I didn't have anyone that I know through high school or middle school. Like my Instagram was dry, 0. I had to start from 0 literally. Not one networking, because I'm literally straight new to the country, you know what I mean? While you guys have those advantages, so just learn how to use your weapons.
I agree.
And if you guys are either American or foreign and you're looking to start a business, you don't know what route to take, or you already run an agency and you're looking to scale, combined on this couch, we do about $750,000 a month in revenue. And we're teaching people how to make their first $1,000 online, their first 10K a month online. Whatever your goal is, at the end of the day, we're here to help. So the link is below if you want to check that out.
Make sure you also subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to be dropping a lot of value, and then also follow us on IG. So Amel Kilic, Christian Jamal, and then
Radat Ibrahim 22. We're good.
You got to fix that. See ya.